Channel, welcome back to a new video. This time we are going outdoors and we are going to talk about smart garden. As you can see, this is the real life garden and this is the digital twin. We are going to talk this time about smart gardening water timer, soil sensors and smart lights, and how we can put them all together in harmony, how we can do automations, and how we can have fun. For a quick glimpse on the garden state, I added some of the moisture sensors only. We can quickly check the watering schedule as we can see. And if I want to zoom in, I'm just gonna click on that and I have the full view where I can see more sensors. So for example, here's the moisture sensor for pot number 2, temperature sensor and humidity. They are all in the same sensor, physical sensor. And of course, here I have my valves. So valve number 1 and valve number 2 belonging to the same device. And here I have my lights, standard Zigbee lights as well. They are synced with the watering schedule. So I can open here my pot number 1. You can see at 8 p.m. I have a watering automation that gives me then a reading of 100 and then over time goes down. And this is my second watering schedule. And here I have the history of when the valves were last open and so on. Moving on, here you can see I can click on valve number 2 and then it will turn on. It takes a few seconds for Zigbee and then you can see the animation of the water flowing, and we will notice that the moisture sensor will increase in a bit after the Zigbee sensor reports. And yeah, it is reported now 100% moisture, but humidity is the same. That's okay. Now the second line, valve number 1, is feeding these 2 pots. Let's click that and you can see the color synced lights as well, so we can visually see in the garden which line is irrigating. And then again, it will take some time to report the sensor values depending on the connectivity and so on. So let's look at pot number 1. At 82%, it's moved to 100%. So just reported, and we need to wait for the other pot sensor. Of course, in real life, you don't need to wait for them. You will see them over time, or you will see the patterns and historical stats. So if we click on that long press, pot 1, uh, last reported 23 minutes ago. So it should report any time now. 56%. This is due to the placement of the sensor a little bit farther from the water sprinkler, by the way. So now it's going to report, I think, 56. I'm going to, okay, 72%. So it increased now. It reported latest reading. I think humidity also increased a little bit. And yeah, it just reported an increase. So it is working. Again, you just need a stronger connection in your garden, as I will mention later. But yeah, the pattern is okay. It's following the schedule. Great. So here is our tree sensor. You can have as many sensors as you wish, of course, but I don't think you need more than one per watering area. And here again, we can check that 8 p.m. is my automation. After it was 54, it goes to 95 for the watering schedule, and then it goes down again and up and down and up. I have two schedules, one at 7 in the morning and one at 8 in the evening. So let's head now to check the automations. And before that, we can turn off these on-demand water that we did. So let's do this off. I recommend you split the schedules for valve 1 and 2 and not send all the commands at once. Sometimes it glitches, so I like to do it slowly, one by one. Of course, if you have a one valve sprinkler, that's also, or watering device, that's also up to you, right? And here I can also on demand turn on the lights and off, but it's pretty cool to have them in sync with the actual watering, right? So let's go to automations. I have here a couple of automations, right? Nothing out of the ordinary. Uh, Water garden is off to on, turn on the bulb. And then I have here the schedule for garden watering, right? Click that. So it's 7 and 20th hour, set valve countdown. By the way, this is how you set the timer. So one of the cool things to do also is to sync your lights with the sensor states, right? So these are Zigbee lights. They have colors, RGB. So essentially sync blue when you're watering, or red when your soil needs watering, and so on. And here you can also control them on demand, as you can see on our floor plan. Adjust the brightness, which reflects into our digital twin as well. So this is another cool idea to do, which really helps you to quickly see the state of the garden. And then this is also a night view that also automatically changes based on time of day. Automation in our YAML file you can find in GitHub. And yeah, this is the night view. It's also cool. Same thing, but just a different background for the view. Now let's talk about the shopping list of devices that you need to purchase for this garden. So first you need to have your Zigbee coordinator, whichever brand you prefer. Then you need to have the watering timer. There's one outlet, two outlet versions. Then you need to get the soil sensors, as many as needed in your garden. Make sure it's the Zigbee 3.0 version. Next is an optional but highly recommended step is to get Zigbee routers. Zigbee routers are essentially any Zigbee device that is mains powered. So you need this to extend the coverage of your mesh network outside of the home in a place such as a garden where you wouldn't normally place your Zigbee coordinator. Yeah, and finally, I recommend a drip kit, something to connect your system for the watering of the garden. All right, so now that you purchased all the devices, let's go ahead and unbox them. So I'm gonna unbox the GX Zigbee Smart 2-zone watering timer, and this is the box. I'm liking this product after using it. Let's see what we have. We have some connectors, hose connectors. You don't really need them if you're gonna get the drip kit. And you have the actual device, small leaflet or catalog, not very useful either. Some washer. So on first look, it is a sturdy device. It's heavy. It's made of brass, the connector, so that's good. And it is battery powered expectedly. It takes, okay, let me open that. Yeah, it takes two standard uh, batteries. It's waterproof enclosure, as you can see. And then we have the Zigbee soil sensors. They measure temperature, humidity, and moisture. We are more interested in the moisture, but the others won't harm either. So it is not the best quality, but it's cheap relatively. It is also battery powered. We want it to be battery powered, obviously, in the garden. Only standard two batteries as well. And that's about it. Let's get them to work. All right, so now that we have our controller up and running in Z2M, it's now time to add our Zigbee devices. So first, let's go to the Zigbee2MQTT UI, and let's add some batteries to our devices. So I'm going to start with this irrigation water timer. It is a Zigbee 3.0 device, and as per documentation and feedback, it is compatible with Zigbee2MQTT. So let's get this one in pairing mode. And now we have three soil moisture and humidity sensors. We need to permit join, and then we will immediately find our water timer auto discovered and auto configured as well by the add-on, which is great. And now the first soil sensor is also now auto discovered. And the second one, it takes some time, of course, for the auto configuration to get the vendor details and the icon and the all of that stuff. And now the third one as well. Okay, so it seems that one of the soil sensors is acting up, so we will need to look into manual configuration for that one, or manual pairing, I'm sorry. And yes, that was the issue. So it is discovered now with manual pairing. So far so good. We have all the devices up and running. So I'm so far happy. So let's check our Zigbee mesh map now. We see the three sensors. We see the water timer and our controller. They do have unfriendly names, so we need to fix that. First, let's also go and check some parameters. We can turn on and off the valve of the water timer. This is pretty responsive. And let's also check the state of the device options. So valve 1 is off, valve 2 is null. Okay, let's turn on valve 1 manually and see the state. So valve 2 is on, correct. Valve 1, turn it on. The state is on, so that's good. Pretty fast, pretty responsive, no complaints. And the soil sensors are reporting all of these passive readings, so also good. And that's about it, folks, for our test of the Zigbee radio on the MRW10. No complaints, it's working fine, smooth, everything is looking good. And now I'm going to proceed with renaming these devices for a more descriptive name, obviously. This is, of course, up to you where you're going to place the devices. So I'm going to call this pot 1 for my garden, and pot number 2. Of course, these are important because they will reflect in your Home Assistant entity IDs, where later you will have your automations and sensors and all of that stuff. So it is very nice to have. And this is our map again, but now with proper namings. We can see also the link quality indicators having pretty strong signal. But this is in the lab, of course, so we are yet to see the real world deployment. And my MQTT integration has all of the devices with all of the sensors, so we can again trigger and see everything there.